Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the official ARK Podcast number 146. My name's Mistletoe, and I'm here with the core team. Your Alice, your host for tonight, as always, the one and only Alice. Take it away, sir.
Mistletoe, thank you for that introduction. And folks, welcome back to another edition of the ARK Daily Podcast. Wonderful Sunday. The vault accounts keep growing. We're at 3,964, working our way to the milestone of 4,000 ARK vault accounts. ILC is looking quite fantastic. I think we're up 18,000 from yesterday's podcast. It's sitting at 419,087 BUSD. Liquidity always on the uptick. Over on PancakeSwap, 848,622 BUSD. And of course, we're all here to know the Spark price pool is at $478.19 ARK. And that's a street value of $2,735.25. Sheesh. Oh boy, folks. Looks like we're just 2 ARK away from another all-time high. Just yesterday, we had a 480.43 ARK all-time high, first-time winner. And today, we're going to find our 97th Spark winner. Here live with you all. So far, 21,791.04 ARK have been directly deposited into the accounts of those 96 winners, putting them directly into Nitro mode. It's fast, it's instant, and they're just printing, sailing away here on the ARK. And if you haven't won yet, stay hopeful. It's not a matter of if, my friends, it's a matter of when. And when you do, you'll see the little bell on the right. It'll be dancing. You'll have a little red notice there, a notification. You'll come to the homepage, and you will see the whole line, your wallet, the date, the prize amount. It's going to be highlighted in green, your name in green, officially putting you into the Nitro mode. What a Sunday. What a great day. The sustainability here at ARK is exactly what we envisioned. We're getting ready for a fantastic week ahead. Great updates, getting close to the mobile application, utilities on their way. And hopefully we're going to do a DAO vote and show first the legacy NFT holders what the ARK has been cooking. And then we're going to show it to all the community. It's going to be quite amazing. We're going to turn it over to Mr. Brett Nordin. Hope you're doing well, sir. Would love to hear what's happening, what updates you have for us. Thank you.
Doing great. Yeah, just enjoying a nice Sunday. Been hanging out with the family. You and I had a nice, good call this morning. So that went well, and just been working on outlining those roadmap and utility items to get them to a point where we're ready to present them to the legacy NFT holders. So that's really my focus now. To build that business plan and the prospectus that we talked about to go to the next level. And, at the end of the day, we're really looking to raise that $6 million that we have in that legacy NFT pool. So that's where we can take this. These utilities are going to be, standalone businesses at the end of the day. They could all merit very large revenues in and of themselves. But, because we have the ROI DApp and the ILC, and we have legacy NFT holders, a portion of that revenue is going to flow back to those people that are involved in that. So, definitely a great time to take a vault position and take also a legacy NFT position if you haven't already. I think those are going to be very, very strong plays moving forward. I don't think there's another project out there that's looking at things the way that we are, just from a business building perspective and identifying these spots that, we know right now the bear market's upon us. There's a lot of doom and gloom, but we're really positioning ourselves to get ready for that next bull run that's going to take place. And you're going to have a huge boom in DeFi. And I think this whole bank situation is really setting us up for that. So yeah, we're really keeping our strategic focus on what's happening going forward with the macroeconomic level, the dissolution of a lot of banks, consolidation of the banking industry, the distrust that people are going to be having with those institutions, and looking for the alternative. So I can't see it playing out in terms of a narrative any better for DeFi in general. So yeah, that's the business case, and we're going to provide those products, and people are going to look at these products and think, well, it's not something completely innovative, or you're not changing the game. Well, we don't have to. We just need to be in the wake of huge user adoption and be able to generate a very, very large, nice, profitable revenue stream for our project, in addition to reaching out to a lot of people with the ARK brand, and then bring them back into other areas of the protocol. So I think it's a really nice setup for us. We do already have a very unique value proposition with the products that we have, but we know that those are, not a very consumable product, in that they are complex. They do take a little bit of understanding. So if we can identify some areas that we can grow a much bigger user base with products that are more familiar and that are easily consumable, then that just lends itself to, telling the rest of our story as they come in and start to peel away the layers of what really Arkfi is. So yeah, that's the next big thing. I would say this is probably, I'm going to call it phase 2 now. I think phase 1, we have the daily ROI app, we have the mobile app on its way, we have all these great marketing tools that we're getting ready to launch out to put in people's hands. And this phase 2 will be all about utilities and building revenue streams and profit centers around some really great innovative products that we can be proud of, not just from a community standpoint, but also start to push out into the real world and mass market adoption. So yeah, that's what I would say is phase 2. In that also is the gold-backed stablecoin. That's very much a part of the immediate plans and the work that we're going to be doing here on a daily basis. So that's kind of the update on my end. Did you want me to comment or cover anything else?
No, that's great, Brett, and couldn't agree with you more. It's all about finding the issues, the disconnects, the empty spaces that are created through a lot of what's happening. And when you're able to identify what's going on, and you're able to put the pieces together and to fill that void and to create solutions that are going to bridge the gap in ways with products that people use on an everyday basis, there is a lot of opportunity. I think a lot of folks are just stuck into looking at the crisis part of things. We see the crisis as an immense opportunity. And we've said it time and time again. It's almost like the worse it gets, the better it gets for ARK. The more people that are thinking to become their own bank, that are wanting to hedge themselves and say, hey, hold on a second, just in case, call it schmuck insurance, call it whatever you like, call it a hedge against inflation, call it, your opportunity to print against their printers, and to have a solution, to have an opportunity, to have something you can count and believe in, while everything else is going through its chaos, its mayhem. So we're very excited, and I think we're way ahead. We're not going to be doing some people are probably like, what are you guys going to do? Well, we're going to tell you this week, but we're not going to do a AI trading bot. We're not going to ask you to give us funds to go and trade somewhere with, a friend of a friend. We're not doing what you're seeing a lot of people do. That's high risk. We want to go for the base hit. We want to go for the sure thing. We want to go where there's business, there's customers. There are folks that are in a desperate mode right now. They're in a crisis mode, living paycheck to paycheck. So we already have the ROI app. It prints. It's fantastic. So now we're moving into the utility, as you say, phase 2. We're very excited about it. And I'm confident we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't see 3 steps, 4 steps, 10 steps ahead of what's happening. The tokenized gold, that's going to be huge. Ideally, we want to have that on multiple chains, giving folks the opportunity. I mean, the writing is on the wall. They're going after stables. They're blaming, their crises, the banks, they're targeting crypto. They're not taking responsibility for their Ponzi game. And these commercial banks are going to go through their struggles, and there's going to be a revolution of blockchain where everything's going to start to make sense and balance out. And we want to be a big part of that. There's a lot to do. Let's get this crypto.
Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto. Baby. Oh, God damn.
Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
All right. We have our resident crypto badgers here. We see Biza Dips and Max. I think, Max, you're in the airport, sir. I heard the jet turbines behind you.
That's right. Just, sitting at the lounge at the moment. So figured that don't need all the announcements of various flights around Australia in the background. So I think Mistletoe's going to do the honours to play the video today.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get right to it. Can't wait. This is a big part of our week. We love Sundays. We love Mondays because Coach Roberto does everything. We love Sundays because the crypto badgers have their residency. So we've got 2 residencies here, which is pretty fantastic. It's all yours, Mr. Mistletoe. Thank you.
All right. Can you guys see the video?
Perfectly, sir.
Awesome. I think. There we go. I just want to thank everyone for participating in today's sweep widget. We actually have a record today of 60 participants. So I don't know if it was the video that was covered yesterday and trying to push that sweep widget, or just everyone's kind of realizing that if we don't participate, it's going to go away. So thank you everyone that entered for that. If anyone's listening and doesn't know what the sweep widget is, we have an all aboard session every day here where we feature YouTubers and Medium article writers every day to help push the algorithm and like, comment, and subscribe on all their videos. So you can enter into the sweep widget to get $50 to $100 worth of ARK sent right to your vault account if you win. And it just helps push that algorithm for ARK and all of our investors. So thank you everyone for participating, and thank you to thank you Max Power, and thank you Biza Dips for coming on over to present their video. So if you want me to just pause it whenever, just let me know. If you want me to speed it up or however you like.
No problem. Look, we won't stop too often in the interest of brevity, but there's just a couple of areas we might stop at.
Cool. Just let me know. I'll play it on.
Cool.
We cannot hear it, Mistletoe.
Well, one sec. What about now?
No, sir.
One sec.
Yeah, unless you got the soundtrack from Jeopardy.
Yes, it's here somewhere. When they're thinking, right?
Yep.
Any audio now?
Let's see. No, sir.
Okay, one sec. Let me try exiting the call quick.
Thanks for your patience, folks.
This was actually one of my favorite Visey Dips Max Powers weekly summaries. They're getting so good at these. They've really got it down. The formula is getting strong. Have you watched this one yet, Atlas?
I have not. Looking forward to it.
Okay. Yeah,
I can't wait till we get them on the Zoom presentation and see what they can whip up there.
Yeah, that would be so cool to see like the back and forth, and they're both just so well spoken and can really play off. I think each other, and also the presentation framework lends itself to people that have a certain level of acumen in crypto and DeFi to just add a lot of color to it. So yeah, that would be great.
It's still not. Go ahead, Catalyst.
I was just echoing Brett's words. I've watched this particular video twice in its entirety. It assists me when I'm doing the newsletters. But yeah, very, very good format. I like how they clip some of Brett's updates from the recorded podcast, and they insert that in their video. Kind of a neat.
Try playing it on my phone, unless you want to try Atlas.
I can try. I can put it on. Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the Crypto Badgers might put the Altcoin Daily guys out of business. If you can send it to me.
Can you DM me if it's working?
It's not. Just send it to me. I'll play it. If you can hear me. Let me DM him. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up for us here. And we should be well on our way. Let's go. Just got to do my screen share. All right. I think you can all see it.
Yep, we can see it.
Thank you, Johnny Fawcett. Let's make it happen. This will help a bit.
This is the YouTube Crypto Show with two guys who are kind of in the know. Crypto Badgers are here, so you're in the clear. No worry or fear, yeah, we're helping you steer. Shouts to the team, we can't forget Max Power and Visey Dips. Don't get wrecked, a pump will be nice, but remember, there's no financial advice. Crypto Badgers.
Thanks for joining the Crypto Badgers, two degens that like to do our research. I'm Max Power, joined as always by Matt, aka Visey Dips. A very warm welcome to all of our subscribers. We do encourage you to join up to the Crypto Badgers. We are seeking 1,000 subs. We are here each and every week as your safety net to bring you all the key information from the ARK Daily Podcast. That's right, every day for 145 days. The team is engaging with the community, dropping that alpha, and also opening it up for questions. And Matt, I think you actually said this. It's the unforkable feature of ARK.
It most certainly is, Max. You cannot fork community, and the work that the team is doing on these podcasts is absolutely incredible. Whether you're a current investor or a new one, someone looking at the project, you really need to tune into these podcasts, ask your questions, and get engaged with the team directly.
Yeah, now this week we got a sneak peek of the roadmap and what's ahead for Arkfi. So you're going to want to stick around and hear exactly what was said on the podcast this week from Brett. We've also got some follow-up to last week's big alpha of the gold-backed stablecoin, plus plenty of other product updates. But before we serve all that up, let's get a look at our weekly sort of stats review. And the ILC this week went down initially to around 350, but it's right back up there, holding steady at 404,000. Last week was sitting at 418K, but it's been pretty steady.
Total new vault accounts, slightly less new accounts this week, but we are heading for 4,000, sitting at 3,955, about 110 new accounts this week. The liquidity is edging up. We're sitting at around 840K last week, so that's up to 847. So a nice little bit of growth there. Expect that over 850K very, very shortly. Now, Matt, Jimmy at the water cooler is getting excited because the weekly Spark rewards have been on a tear this week.
Yeah, it's been a massive week for the weekly Spark rewards. 2,650.44 ARK at a valuation of, let's say, $5.71 gives us a BUSD street value of $15,134. And let's not forget the 1 cent. That is the ARK given away for the week. That is absolutely massive. And today, Max, we had an all-time high given away of 480.43 ARK. This is just getting huge now.
I mean, and the best part about it, it's a sustainable reward they're throwing at.
Absolutely.
I mean, these are basically, they're effectively Team Guardian tokens they're giving away each week. I mean, the team could have easily just let this Guardian wallet build up, but what
absolutely
for it all to go out to incentivize the community to provide liquidity, buy an NFT, and come and check with the project every day to see if they won. I know I do.
Yeah, me too,
not it yet, of course, but good players out of luck, as we say. It was also a big week on the legacy NFT front, Matt. We had Catalyst just a short time ago on the podcast reveal that actually 2 platinum NFTs were sold and 3 golds in the last 24 hours. So I do know that NFT rewards pool has spiked up to near 75,000. That was sitting at around 67,000 last week. And holders from day one have now also had 30% of the cost of their NFT come back to them. So that's pretty sweet in less than 100 days. So really over the course of the year, this NFT, it pays for itself. Plus, obviously, you get other benefits, including some massive hints that have been getting dropped by Atlas in the podcast about future utility and how that will reward NFT holders. So that could be something that comes in one of our Arkfi weekly shows in the coming weeks, is what that utility is. It feels very much right around the corner. We saw the external revenue fund now over $500,000. I think 2 weeks ago it was about $440,000. So that fund is going to be used to provide utility to ARK, bring in external revenue. It's going to go to the NFT holders and also keep those ILC reserves healthy. So lots of positives there on the legacy NFT front. The other stat, a new stat we're bringing in, Matt, this week, is this ARK reward breakdown, just in a little corner here of the June analytics, but one I think that's quite important. Last week, this was sitting at around 18% of account holders earning 1% daily. That's now gone up to 25%, which basically means that a lot of those early holders are now, their NDVs are going into negative, and obviously, therefore, their rewards drop, which overall means the system is not going to have to pay out as much. So this is obviously a positive for the system.
Yeah, it certainly is, Max. I guess this percentage rising, I guess it was quite predictable, and I can very much see this percentage, continuing to go up. It does take less, takes more stress off the system, right? So, no, I think it's...
If you could just stop it there, Atlas, please.
You want to be keeping an eye on.
Yeah, so that 18 to 25%, I mean, that's about maybe 350 to 360 accounts that have dropped this week.
Yeah, maybe not.
1%, and I'm one of those, actually, one of my personal wallets.
Trying to find it. Sorry. Amongst all the,
no worries.
all the windows we have. Yes.
No worries. Just a quick question. Obviously we're going through all the stats here. We do that every week. But what are the sort of key metrics that you or the team look at on a regular basis? I mean, obviously, other than the buys, which is an obvious one. What are the sort of metrics that you like to sort of keep tabs on?
I think we each have individual ones. Personally, for me, it's more keep an eye on the ILC and the growth. That's a main indicator. I know Brett likes to look at the amount of ARK that is in the system. Isn't that right, Brett? You like to look at different things than I do.
Yeah, sometimes I look at how much is in the vault. I mean, just to kind of get a bearing, because then you kind of have an idea of the balance, of the system. How much is coming out versus going in. So it's kind of a very high level, easy one to look at and go, oh, yeah, we're about the same spot we were last week. So, which is good because that means everybody's getting paid out and that price stays stable.
Yeah, of course.
Correct.
All right, let's crack on.
The other thing to say there is that obviously with 25%, that means people are ROIing going up as well.
Absolutely.
Well, I think a lot of folks are reinvesting as well. It should be greater, but because we know a lot of more people have ROI. So we're seeing a lot of folks reinvest because I think you guys hit the nail on the head a couple of weeks ago when you said, do you believe the project is going to be here in 94 days from whenever you're going to make an investment decision? And I think a lot of folks are rethinking that, and they're saying, hey, absolutely. let me double up on this. Let me come in, and we're seeing folks take profit from other investments and bring them in. The confidence is growing, and we like to see people drop to the 1%, but we also understand that as the confidence builds, there is money coming into the system, and either way, if I'm honest with you, we're not concerned about it because everything balances out. If someone's reinvesting, they're contributing. And that's what the system is about, contribution, facing the other side of withdrawing. So whether it's a new investor or it's a investor that's already here, if they're contributing to the system, they're maintaining that 2%, happy days. Happy days, folks. But great question.
It does take less, takes more stress off the system, right? So, no, I think it's definitely a stat that we want to be keeping an eye on.
Yeah, so that 18 to 25%, I mean, that's about maybe 350 to 360 accounts that have dropped this week.
Yeah, roughly.
1%. And I'm one of those, actually. One of my personal wallets has actually dropped there. And commiserations as well to the folks that didn't quite manage their CWR and are permanently down to 0.5%. But us auto allocators, of course, we don't have to worry about that so much. So
we love the auto allocation. We are definitely auto allocation guys.
Absolutely. Now, in terms of the news this week, we'll start off here with the sales funnel is now complete. Brett revealed that this presentation will now start getting battle tested. Arkfi, as you know, looking to go well beyond the ROI DeFi users. And in reality, I mean, this project, we do forget, it's not even 100 days old. I mean,
it's a mere babe in arms.
Its Vault account's not even at 4,000 yet. I mean, if you are here now, you are early. So, and I just don't think the team is going to work this hard and set this whole thing up to not go a bit bigger than 4,000 accounts. And obviously, to be able to do this, the best way to do it is going to be to go out beyond the little pool of our IDAP users and get out there into the real world. So there's going to be a 1-hour presentation with scripting notes, tools for new people in crypto to understand how this all works, how MetaMask works, how Arkfi works and operates and generates these rewards and can provide a passive income. So I think this is also going to be targeted at various team building groups that the Arkfi team are having meetings with. So you can really understand, why they would do that and really how big that could be.
Yeah, this is going to be an absolutely incredible tool for team builders. Just as I understand it, Max, this is sort of going to be sort of a beginner or elementary level type sales presentation. So this is going to be an absolutely invaluable tool for some of the big team building groups out there. And yeah, this is going to be huge.
Now, the big story of our Arkfi Weekly last week was the precious metal-backed stablecoin. What did we hear about that this week?
Yes, Max, there were some additional details that came to hand this week. The team has met with a very credible potential partner from Singapore that provides precious metals vault services. There's many of those around the world. However, this particular one, as I understand it, this company has the tokenization aspect sorted, which that is a major plus, Max, just having a vault service provider that understands that tokenization aspect. So importantly, transparency of holdings, the auditing, tracking, tracing of these valuable assets all form the part of the service that this company offers. So also, as I understand it, personal vaults will be an option for larger holders, as well as the option for physical delivery. But it is great to see the team now having a really clear path forward with this. They've got to mitigate the risk of, the stablecoin risk that's out there. I mean, at the end of the day, absent, a viable solution from Binance, we know that BUSD is going to cease to be redeemable in early 2024. So, we've seen across the board, Max, and we would reiterate that project teams on BSC are largely sleeping on the BUSD issue. It's going to be a big problem, and people are going to be looking for a life raft at the last minute. You can just see it happening now. And the reality is the major stablecoin alternatives, I guess we're talking there USDC and USDT, they've got their own inherent problems, Max. So, if the team can pull this together, it is absolutely huge.
Yeah, it's massive. And what I love about this is that they're being proactive.
On the front foot.
It'd be easy to sit back and say, well, someone will bring out a solution to this, but that's just leaving your fate in down to luck, basically. So,
yeah, I can see a mad scramble come the end of the year.
I mean, there's a lot of work to be done to make this particular solution viable, I'm sure, as well, on the gold-backed stablecoin. But at least there's some endeavour to do something about it. So,
yeah, it's about risk mitigation, and they're thinking forward, they're thinking ahead, and we can't ask any more of them. I mean, it's sensible business practice.
Yeah, that's right. So the other tidbit of alpha that came through this week is that we've got a roadmap on the way. So I'm going to play a short clip here from Brett on the podcast who talk through a little bit the order in which these utilities are going to roll out in the ARK system.
So I'm working on getting the roadmap finalized. So that'll be, I would say, a medium-term roadmap that will get us through the next 6 months or so, include the utilities, the external revenues, the gold-backed stablecoin we've been talking about, a migration to a new layer 1 that's been in the cards, but we haven't selected yet. So those things will be out a little further and less defined. But I could say that we'll have at least 3, maybe 4 new products within the next 6 weeks would be a safe guess. And then moving into the next phase, which would be the gold-backed stablecoin, in addition to some other tools that will allow us to on and off ramp that in an easier way. And the new layer 1, which will be decided probably around that same time. So yeah, lots happening, lots coming together.
So there we have it. I mean, we've got 3 to 4 products coming out in the next 6 weeks. So that's pretty exciting. Obviously, in addition to then knowing that in behind that, we're looking at that gold-backed stablecoin, and of course the future sort of layer 1 that's sort of been mooted.
Yeah, Max, I think this roadmap will actually take us through about 6 months or thereabouts. It was also hinted that DAO voting will likely be introduced around the same time as the release of the roadmap, and I guess that's to approve some of these proposed new utilities. So that's also there to be looked forward to.
Yeah, and what I'm also looking forward to is the Arkfi airdrop army you're a part of, and I'm also joined in there now. Mr. Z, the DeFi expert, he's started this up to explore airdrop opportunities out on new test nets. You'll know this better than me even. I find the tasks of sort of airdrop hunting, if you will, a little bit laborious.
Yeah, most certainly. I've got a few wallets, Max.
But, you're very diligent with those. But it's going to be great to be able to do that as a group and to keep each other accountable for making sure that we're regularly interacting with various different contracts to maximize the possibility of earning airdrops. And, of course, it also means that our community is just being upskilled in terms of their ability to navigate around various layer 1s, which in turn will have its benefit when it comes to testing our own layer 1 potentially down the road. So I think it's kicking off this week. So I heard from Mr. Z on the pod today. So looking forward to that one. Who did we have this week on All Aboard, Matt? Who caught your eye?
Yeah, well, obviously we have our resident slot on a Sunday, but aside from us, we had DeFi Mystic, Dapper Don, Ohio Crypto, Fleming, who's started covering Arkfi. He was a very well-known Furio influencer. And the next one, Max, King of FOMO. I wonder how the King of FOMO might have found out about Arkfi. Have you got anything to add there, Max?
Well, Matt, I know you don't like to kiss and tell, but I do. hold yourself in a much higher regard. And I did reach out. I'm in King of FOMO's Patreon group, actually, following, obviously, he's tipped us into a few winners previously, so I was kind of happy to support his channel.
Didn't you get him into drip? I think you did.
No, I tried to. He inadvertently got us into drip, but he never went into it, and we tried to reverse get him into drip. He didn't do it. So, but yeah, mentioned Arkfi to him, and really King of FOMO was true to form, because I messaged him and, said if you want to ask any questions, or, that I was happy to introduce to the team. And he just went off and dumped some funds in the vault and started making videos. That was before I even was able to share our channel or any of our referral links to him. So
back in 2020, there was some absolute bangers from King of FOMO. Remember Core?
Oh, that thing's pretty.
That was an absolute ripper getting in early in that. That was awesome. But great to have King of FOMO on board. And also we had a video presented as well from Crypto Unlimited 22, our friends over there. That was a great video also.
Best name in crypto, Johnny Fawcett.
DeFi Diva. No, we love Crypto Unlimited. They're doing a great job banging out the content. And, of course, a shout-out to all of the content creators in the community who continue to spread the good word about Arkfi.
Yes, and, of course, speaking of good word of Arkfi, the This Week in Arkfi article is out. It's a collaboration with the Crypto Badgers and Catalyst, who pulls together these articles each week. I probably refer to Catalyst as the king of stats. He's a stats man, Max. Stats man. So this is a great article if you want to get those weekly comparisons of the metrics each week in ARK. He tells it straight. So make sure you check out that. You can find a link to that Medium channel in our description below. Which brings us to our wallet time, Matt. But just before we do get into the calculator and start seeing where we're at this week, I do want to just cover something that came up in the podcast. Kelly Snook is on each week. And this week, a question was posed about multi-wallet strategy. And as a keen multi-walleter yourself, just wondered, what's your sort of 2 cents on this?
Yeah, Max, I guess as an early investor in Drip, I was privy to see Kelly's thoughts on her multi-wallet strategy for that. And that really, made me think about what I was doing. And, it was great advice at the end of the day, because I think with a multi-wallet strategy, you're able to probably eke out a few more tokens per wallet, but also it allows you to, I guess, treat different wallets in different ways. I think Drip, I've ended up with 25 wallets. Those wallets, Max, they are literally dripping with Drip. It's completely ridiculous. But I do think it's nice to be able to compartmentalize your wallets. I think that's one key advantage. Some you might want to use just to compound, others you might want to use to pay certain bills or whatever it might be, or to diversify into other projects. So personally, I think the multi-wallet strategy is a really good one. And Kelly's work back then was a little bit groundbreaking, really. So I was fortunate enough to come across that, and I've applied that with ARK. So far, I don't have 25 wallets in ARK yet, but I do have 4, plus our team wallet, of course. And I'll probably look to add in the future. What are your thoughts, Max?
Yeah, no, I'm exactly the same. I'm that flexibility to be able to treat different wallets with various strategies. In one wallet that I have, which was my smallest one at the start, I'm just redepositing the rewards straight back in and building that one up over time, while in others, I'm just sort of claiming on the 1.5. So that's just obviously allowed me that flexibility. Also, it means down the road, you obviously can have more time before you start hitting that whale tax. Which obviously starts eating into your...
if you could just stop it there, please, Atlas.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is each wallet, it does have a finite amount that you can earn. We don't know how...
Thank you, sir. This topic of multiple wallets, it's a massive rabbit hole. There's a lot of moving parts with it. I know Kelly, I spent a little bit of time with it on one of the podcasts during the week, I think. And I know Brandon's done a lot of work as well historically in this regard. I just wonder if at some point maybe some sort of video could be put together or something along those lines to sort of help people, sort of understand that a little bit more, because it's a massive topic in and of itself.
maybe comment on it. I know you were asking for Atlas. When we talked about this a while back, because there is, it can be controversial, I guess, either way. I think the big thing to understand is that, the contracts are permissionless. We could encourage it, discourage it, or just be neutral on it. And we just sort of took a neutral stance. We understand that people know about the multi-wallet strategy, but as we've talked about before, and as we move it to a broader audience away from the DeFi experts, most people are going to have a single account, I would say. Maybe down the road, they kind of start to say, hey, it would be neat if I had an additional wallet to build another team under, or they hit max wallet and they want to open an additional wallet, or they want to play different strategies, and as they learn and develop that acumen, they could, easily extend their investment into additional wallets. So we don't really market it or advertise it, but we know what's out there. And we know other people like Kelly and everyone else, they have their very strong opinions about it, or reasons why, it doesn't hurt the system, or it actually, in Kelly's mind, it can help the system. So, we haven't really taken a position, I guess, from a team standpoint on it either way. And we want to keep it open that way, I think, so that every investor can make their own decision based on what their goals are and how they want to, enter the investment and grow with the investment. So that's kind of our position on it, sort of a neutral position. And obviously we want to keep it open and DeFi and allow people to make their own decisions, about how they allocate their funds. And we know that people also, there's certain investors that manage wallets for their whole family and friends that don't have the time to learn and get involved in DeFi, so they've set up wallets for them. So I don't think we could ever say that's not allowed or something like that. What we're trying to do is, with these external revenues, make it so sustainable that it's not a concern if you want to open wallets for your friends and your family and start all of these additional the daily ROI DApp accounts, but knowing that we would like to have participation across the board for all of our end-to-end solutions for every account that we have, but we know that's not going to be always the case. Which also goes into the foundation and Spark rewards. I think that's a huge incentive to people to support the protocol, whether they have a multi-wallet strategy or not, just by putting that extra 250 BUSD, into the foundation and encourage people, whether they're team building under that wallet or not, but to have a chance to win that Spark. So that was kind of the other thing that we said was, well, we don't want just maybe a bunch of idle wallets, but if we can incentivize people to, make additional capital investments behind those additional wallets that they do add to the system, that would be huge, because there's not a lot of other protocols like that. In Drift, you can have, 20, 30 wallets, and a lot of people that do, and there's just nothing behind them. They're not, putting in the reservoir, for example. So I think we set things up in the right way, and we'd like to keep it open and keep that kind of discussion just, neutral from our perspective, that cat's out of the bag. So if you're new to the protocol, people are probably investing in a single wallet, but eventually down the road, as they kind of mature in the system, they're going to want to add an additional one, or maybe build an additional team under another wallet, which is perfectly fine with us.
Okay, cool. Let's continue, Atlas.
How far are going, we don't know future price, and it is important to remember that the $5.70, whilst it's been steady, it doesn't mean it's $5.70 forever. It's not pegged anywhere. It just so happens that the system is in balance at the moment. But if it's $5.70 for a long time, I mean, each wallet, doesn't matter what you do with it, it earns, I think it tells you in the calculator, about 130 grand US at $5.70.
Magnificent.
So if you've got 5 wallets, you multiply that by 5.
Yeah, you're talking some serious wage.
So, whereas in one, you've only got a limit then to what you can do in each. So, that's the beauty of this system, is if you deposit 10 ARK into the system, you can end up earning the same amount as someone who puts in $20,000 worth of ARK. And really, just all it is obviously different is the speed at which you can ROI and get those earnings out. So, Yeah, that's personally why I prefer the multi-wallet strategy. But of course, our team wallet here, this is just the one wallet where we are looking to build this one up. Been a nice kick along this week, mate. This is really starting to get up there.
Yeah, it's getting big, Max.
118 in there. NDV just starting to get a little thin on the ground. The only way this will go up is, of course, if there's those who like our content thinking about joining ARK that might want to join our team and join the Crypto Badgers Telegram as well. If you've got any questions for us. But 2,400, that's spitting out. Where are we here? Let's get back to today's date. That's spitting out on this 2% a day after tax. I mean, so it's about 70 before tax. So, call it 60, just over $60 a day at the moment. So I think we pulled out 390 US last week.
Nice.
You have to remember we're on the 2.5. I mean, we could be claiming more out of this if we wanted. We're compounding on that 2.5 level. And then across the week, that's probably going to go over 400. Of course, going to drop down to that 1%, 8th of April at this stage. And that means, let's just call it at the end of April, we're probably still after tax $45 a day.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Very.
That'll build up
very
again, though, Max. That'll build up. And we've already ROI'd.
That's right. So, I mean, look, there's no guarantees about what happens in the future. We don't know what the price will be. We don't know what the project's, where it's going to be. But, you listen to that roadmap and what's ahead. There's no reason to think at the moment for us. We're sitting pretty comfy knowing that we're being paid each and every day. And at the moment, the project is in good health. So lots to be excited about, certainly over the next 6 months. I think beyond that time frame, it's very difficult to know. We've just never seen a system built like this before. So it's all unknown, but it's hard not to feel positive about where we're sitting at the moment.
No, we're sitting very, very nicely, Max. And look, the thing is, this thing's been born out of a bear market. And it's performing magnificently. There is not another ROI app out there that's performing this well with these features, with this community. I know Atlas doesn't like to, labor too much on the point regarding bull markets and bear markets and its impact on ARK. But, coming into a new bull market can't hurt.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to catch the front end of that bull market, and that's going to make, what is already an incredibly strong project, even stronger, I think.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Well, let's look forward to being back here next week when, of course, our balance will be sitting over the 2,500 mark. But just a reminder that, of course, the new time for the Arkfi Daily Podcast is at 3 p.m. EST in the US. It appears this new time slot is working pretty well. The attendance has been good. So make sure you do tune into that podcast. And, of course, if you do happen to miss a beat, we will be here, the Crypto Badgers, each and every week, wrapping it all up for you. As always, to take us out, we've got the official Crypto Badgers song, Thank You, Bizy Dips.
Cheers, Maxie.
Will Sir, coming live from the crypto world, bringing you all that you need. Let's go. This is the YouTube Crypto Show with two guys who are kind of in the know. Crypto Badgers are here, so you're in the clear. No worry or fear, yeah, we're helping you steer. Shouts to the team, we can't forget Max Power and Bizy Dips. Don't get wrecked. A pump would be nice, but remember, there's no financial advice. Crypto Badgers.
Let's go. That song never gets old. It gets better every time you hear it. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I do. Really like it.
I love that song.
It's kind of got a ring. Anybody remember that movie? Well, actually, it was a sitcom show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, with Will Smith. It's kind of got that little beat. Doesn't the mistletoe? It's kind of got that little beat. It reminds me of that with it. All kind of sticks with you. So it's I love it. Great little jingle there.
Max Power can take all the credit for that one. That was his design.
It's a banger. Great video, guys. Again, you guys deliver another amazing piece of work. bringing all the information from the podcast, sharing your experience, your thoughts, opinions, very honest, transparent, and something we're just very proud of what you guys do here. You make ARK look good, folks. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure, Atlas. And always fun to come on the podcast as well.
It's a pleasure to have you. We went back an hour here in Europe. Are you guys still not there yet, or today was also affecting you?
No, today hasn't affected us yet. I think it might be first week of April. We go back from 6 a.m. to 5 a.m. That one's going to hurt, Atlas. That extra hour is going to hurt, but such is life.
Let's see if moving it forward would be an option. Let's think about that, because you guys are really essential here, and we'd love to have you. And, doing this on a Monday at 5 a.m, it's got to be brutal for anybody.
Depending on
really
my social exploits on the Sunday.
I hope you guys had a great weekend. And thank you for always finding the time for ARK and being here as much as you do, and creating this amazing content that really represents us in the best light. So thank you. Thank you so much. Does anyone have a question or a comment for the Crypto Badgers? Round of applause, at least. Let's go. They are putting the work in. You guys make it look easy. That's when you know something's so wonderful, where it's just so smooth, the way you guys transition and move along, picking out exactly the right details.
Yeah, we've look, to be honest, doing it this way gives us a lot of structure week to week. I mean, once we made the decision to provide regular coverage to Arkfi, it was a project that we really loved. Just getting that structure together, it actually makes it a lot easier week to week when we've sort of got key sort of headlines and what have you. So a lot easier than just trying to create something absolutely brand new every week. So it's actually been really good for us.
And it's going to get more exciting each week. There's talks of integration already for one of our products that's going to be coming out with a big project coming soon.
Ooh. Tantalizing.
Yes. Yeah, we need customers. Like any business, right? We've got products.
Absolutely.
You need customers. Come on.
I mean, that's
over here.
That's the thing.
I
think I mentioned in the podcast, it's this is business, at the end of the day, and treating it like a business rather than, as we know with some projects, they really do feel like they're run out of the basement of their mother's place. And they act and sort of address their project in a similar way, to be honest. I mean, you guys are treating this like a proper business.
And I think you see the work ethic that we have here. So we've done it on the ROI DApp. We've seen the upgrades and the feedback from the community. Let's do this. Let's upgrade that. Very important. We've been able to fine tune this product in such a short amount of time. And now we've got a suite of products that we're going to do the same thing across the board. So there's always the goalpost that just keeps moving. And that's a wonderful thing. I mean, you've got this team of superstars that can execute and deliver. So what's our strategy? Very simple. Let's go and execute, find those gaps, find the crisis, find the opportunity. It's not difficult, especially when you love doing what you're doing, right? Anyone here can understand that. So we just keep moving forward.
You guys are doing a terrific job thus far. Can't be faulted.
I can't see the time where it's done. Turn the oven off. No more clay. I can't envision that. There will always be something to do. There will always be an opportunity, looking at the migration to another blockchain, building our own blockchain. I mean, we easily have 2 years of work to do here, just nonstop, completely nonstop. So bring it on. Let's do it. Let's have some fun.
Awesome.
This is the time to build.
Awesome stuff.
The opportunity, folks. Yeah, and it's great to have you folks. Oh man, we've got a resident superstar here, Mr. Alex. Hello, sir. We don't get to see him much here on the podcast, but round of applause and a cheers for him. This man is unstoppable, invincible.
You've got sharp eyes. The second
Yes,
time
sir.
join, you
Yes, sir.
call me out.
You can't sneak in here unless you get an alt account. Yeah, we got our eyes peeled at everything that's happening, and great to see you here. For those of you that don't know, which I find it very unlikely that you don't know who Alex is. If you haven't ever been in tech support, the man's there helping us. One of those people that I like to talk about here, where I say, in my career, in my life, and in business, I prefer to have one very motivated, skilled, smart person than 10 of the people that are looking at the clock and trying to figure out how to leave through the back door 15 minutes early. And Alex is the epitome of that person. That is a team player, will go the extra mile, will have their own initiative, own ideas, go out there, execute, and it's not looking for praise. Because you run into that too when you run business. You have some very efficient people, but their ego needs to get stroked. And that's always slows things down because there's that constant praise. Like, when you have a dog to do something good, oh, here's a treat, pet them. When you're doing business in the real world and you're competing at the highest level, there is no time for praise. It's just keep pushing, keep working. So thank you, Alex. You're an absolute killer, brother. Are you blushing yet?
A little.
He's like, what do I say? What do I say? But yeah, the community, the feedback we get about you, brother, is amazing. I mean, we see it here. The community sees it. And yeah, we're so lucky to have you, brother. Anyone else have a comment, question? I think everybody's saying, Atlas, are you looking at the Spark price pool? Do you understand what's about to happen here? Boy, another all-time high, and we're ripping through. We're going to hit 500 ARK. And as we like to do here, let's check what the street value is. Another great, invention here and execution from Alex. You click right there, $2,850.26 worth of ARK, folks. Sheesh. Wow. That is something amazing. And let's go ahead and do it. It's going to be 500 by the time we get there. So cold storage, defrosted, almost ready to fire, folks. So if you just bear with me a minute, we're going to go ahead and do that right now. looks like we quite didn't make it to the 490, to the 500. We're still at 499.21. But let's go ahead and let's not waste any time. Let's unleash the beast. That is the spark. Here we go, folks. The suspense builds. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be a first-time winner? A two-time winner? A three-time winner? Whoever it is, they're going into nitro mode, folks, here at the ARK. Printing away. Thanks for your patience. Should be firing any second now. And there it is. Today's lucky winner of the Spark Prize, their wallet ends in 4462. And they are the lucky winner of 499.22 ARK. First time winner officially in nitro mode here. Sheesh. Woohoo. And as a first time winner, they get the jingle. Watch your ears, folks. It's going to be loud.
Let's get this crypto. Baggy.
Oh, God damn. Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
All right.
Wow, $2,850. $2,850 going to somebody's vault. That's big.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby.
My heart skipped a beat there. I have 4493. I was like, oh my God, no. Nope, not me. I can't complain.
No, you can't. You have been blessed with the spark, my friend, and well deserving of it.
A double nitro.
All right.
Big.
And man, it printed hard. I mean, yeah, from 480. Well, actually, no, not as hard. If you look at the trajectory, it just keeps going and going and going.
It's like kind of like the average now in the past week, almost.
And the folks will come. The more it grows, I think the more it's just going to be, like Coach Brass says, a no-brainer, right? I mean, how could you not come in? Even someone with a very, very small amount, 10 ARK, and, you're coming in, you're putting to your 250 BUSD, you're getting your first level of rewards, you're playing the game, you're growing, and then, I mean, boom. Instant whale. Instant whale. It's that easy. We do not have Mr. Z for tonight, and I think for the next 3 weeks, he's doing fasting and going to the mosque with his family. So it really, this time, it conflicts with that. Another reason, Bizy Dips and Max Power of maybe shifting the hour, seeing if that would accommodate him and you guys. So something definitely that we're going to make a decision on very soon. because we've liked this time. We've liked it quite a lot. Great crowd is here showing up on a Sunday, 40 people. I mean, quite fantastic. 40 winners. That's the beauty about this project. You look around, you're standing shoulder to shoulders with people that are smiling, that didn't buy a FOMO top, that are not sitting there flopping and groping, worried. This journey is getting every day more exciting, more growth, more happiness for everybody. So we're going to go ahead and conclude the podcast for today. Thanks to everyone that came out. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I was about to close it down. My bad. We should have done that after Bisey Dips. Okay, it's all yours, brother. Let's go ahead and do the wheel. Thank you for reminding me. Because you have a record today, right, of participants.
Yes, we do. Nearly 60 people. But that's not enough. But that's pretty good for a Sunday, I will say.
We need to get to 100. We really need to get to 100 at least.
But
all right, sir. We see your screen. Okay, on the count of 3, 2, 1.
Trey X Worldwide. You've won $50 worth of ARK. Congratulations.
And thanks to everyone that is participating. This really does make a huge difference. We want to support from within our content creators. These shill YouTubers are useless. If any of your family members are YouTube shillers, that no offense to them, but this is what it's about, supporting our community. We have great Medium articles, we have YouTube articles, we have things that we're pushing in our Discord, things that we're pushing in our Twitter, and this is how we grow organically, folks. This is it. So thank you so much for everyone that didn't win tonight but participated. Please keep it up. It's easy, and it does make a huge difference. So thanks for coming out to today's podcast. We appreciate every single one of you. Congratulations to that all-time high winner. We don't know who you are, but we know without a doubt you are in nitro mode. And we hope that you really enjoy sailing, going so fast, earning, and meeting your financial goals here at ARK, that they help you to accomplish what you want in your life for you and your family. For the folks that are listening to the podcast, thank you also for your participation. We hope you found it educational as well as entertaining. Crypto Badgers, another amazing video. They never fail to deliver. These folks are amazing. We will be back tomorrow. For now, same time, 3 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. UTC. We will have Coach Roberto as our resident guest. We're going to do the breathing with him. We're going to connect to the breath and disconnect from all of the worries and all of the tension in our bodies and get a little reset. Just like our computers, we also need to hit that switch. Everyone, take care of yourselves. Have a good one.